Hey, it's 3 p.m. Eastern, and you are at Litvak Leadership Live with my special guest, the one, the only Eric Bam. Now, I know some of you. Hello, Eric. How are you?
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Hey, good. Hey, you should move your head a little because you're like clipping it in the logo. There you go. So, or you can do it like that. I kind of like that better. So,
right.
And you know, someone once told me, and to all of our viewers, today is going to be unlike any other Litvak Leadership Live. So strap into your chair. Someone once told me that what I should do is, because there's Eric drinking wine in the middle of it all, is that I should have the logo on myself like this. But what I realized is I'm interviewing people generally, and you're looking at people, and therefore the logo should be with them. So the subliminal message is Litvak Leadership, Litvak Leadership, Litvak Leadership. And you couldn't see my hand. So when we go like that, you can see my hand now, Litvak Leadership, Litvak Leadership. All right. So we're just going to play around a little bit today. We're going to begin.
Can I cut in before you really get going here? Because a couple of personal things that I need to talk about. Is that okay?
I guess so.
One of the challenges I got today from Tim Lord is to ask the audience if someone could please post the link to the penalty box live at least 3 times. So if someone could please do that. That would be outstanding. That's a show I'm on with Tim Lord. So Timmy, there you go. That's taken care of. I'm sure somebody will post that 3 times, and that's incredible. Secondly, I want to say, Sean, you're very handsome.
I am. Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you, but
my wife tells me that far more than you do, which is actually better for me. So
gotcha. And lastly, I wanted to challenge anybody that's watching this to watch the penalty box live from yesterday. And man, the goatee on Wes Wyatt it is black as like night with no moon. And then if you look at last week, it is just super gray. And I don't know how that happens. So,
mascara? Tell him.
Continue.
Did Wes use mascara on his goatee?
I think it's Grecian for men, or
Man, I did that in high school or college when I was going bald. Because I had lots of hair, and someone said, but it was thinning, and someone said that I should get it dyed darker. And then it would look, fuller. So I went to my hairstylist. Yes, again, Litvak Leadership. This is what you don't do if you're balding. And went to my hairstylist, and she said, "Hey, instead of dyeing it, why don't we just do like a rinse so you can see if you like it?" And she was really cute. So I was like, "Oh yeah, whatever you say." So we do this, and it looks really dark and everything. And I go back to the fraternity house. And what do I hear from my fraternity brothers? What, did she strap you upside down and dip you in shoe polish? And then I started shaving my head.
Hair lessons from Kenny Mayberry. So
yeah. All right. So look, we're talking about 2020. And so I think it's very appropriate to look at Positive 366, a gift to all the Megaminders. Megaminders, here's a card that wows.
I don't think everybody got one, by the way.
Oh, only the cool kids did. Even better. All right. So today is 3/23. And if this isn't perfect for 2020, I don't know what is. Life is not always a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well. This is a quote from Jack London. So, we're going to do something different today. We're going to talk about how to not everyone yet. Okay, so Brian, we outed you. So we're going to do something a little different today. We are going to go through the alphabet and talk about what you can do. I feel like I'm echoing. What you can do in the remaining 44 days based on the letter of the alphabet to be enthused, to promote your business, to promote yourself, to jump ahead. So, Eric, do you want me to give the example of how we're going to play this game?
I don't know what you're talking about. So, yes, you can go first, please, and then maybe I'll figure this out.
Okay, so the letter A, you should assess your motives. You should assess your motives to determine why you're doing what you're doing.
B.
You have B.
Incredible.
Be incredible. Okay. So how can you be incredible in one sentence?
Well,
One sentence.
This isn't one sentence worthy. My friend Mike Bausch, Andolini's Pizza, who I just came out with this book, Unsliced, which I have. He talks about one of the principles he's talked for a long time about is if you're not, it's not outstanding. Anyway, if you're not at being outstanding, you're just outstanding, right?
Just outstanding. Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna be incredible, like take it the step further and just be really good. Just really engulf what you're doing, and don't half-ass it. Go full ass. Is that appropriate for Litvak Leadership Live?
You could use there are certain swear words we can use. Okay. Ass is one of them because we may be monkeys. Okay, C, care about others. So in your actions, think about how it's affecting other people. Think about how you can help other people. Care about others. D,
I'm going to say, whole arse. D, I'm going to say direction. And what I mean by that is, do you know where you're going? I think there are a lot of people that wander aimlessly. I had an old boss of mine, Mark Duffy, who used to say, "Are you a wandering generality or a meaningful specific?" And so, what's your direction?
Okay, E. This one is so easy. Wait, but first we'll throw this up. Two incredible Megaminds.
Full ass in it.
Full ass in it. Okay, E. Be enthusiastic. Look, there's so many people who are, and I talk about this all the time. Facebook is the highlight reel. And frankly, what some people post, if that's their highlight reel, oh my gosh, thank you, God, I don't have their life. Okay. Be enthusiastic about whatever it is you're doing. Be enthusiastic, be positive, be looking forward, leave the past behind, get over it, move ahead. Be enthusiastic. F.
Well, then that gives me F, and I'm actually going to throw out two F words. The first F word.
Now, there is an F word you cannot say
because you just said it, and you're one of those guys that says, Facebook is just people's highlight reel. And you know what? I'm glad it's people's highlight reel. I want to. You know what? If you're watching this, I want to see your highlight reel.
If it's enthusiastic
in your life. Hold on, Sean. I'm not done. Okay. I don't want to see your negative. I want to see your highlights because I want you to think back to your grandma and grandpa's house when you looked at the coffee table and you looked at the photo album. It was their highlight reel. It wasn't like, oh, Aunt Nellie had her foot cut off today, and let's talk about that. It wasn't, oh, my allergies are killing me, or I hate politics. It was their highlight reel. It's okay to post our highlight reel. And people that say that, I just, it's your opinion, Sean. It's your Facebook, and that's your F word, and I get it. But I just think, I think it's okay. I want to see good stuff going on in people's life. My second F word is going to be forget it. And what I mean by that is, you know what? When you screw up, forget it. Forget it. Move on. Be a really good pitcher on the pitcher's mound. When you give up a home run, get right back on the mound. Put that behind you. Move on. Learn from it and move on. Forget it.
Okay. Very good. G. Ooh, I got a double G. Growth goals. Okay, so here we go. Growth goals. If you don't read a book before the end of the year. Read a book before the end of the year, even if it's something simple like Positive 366. If there's 366 in here and there's 44 days, read 15 of the little snippets each day or whatever that works out to math-wise. Or if you have to win friends and influence people, okay, to try to read that before, the end of the year, look at how many pages there are in the book. If there's a 440-page book, read 10 pages a day. Take a book, read it. But if you're a reader, okay, listen. What if you don't listen to positive things? Listen to something positive every day. Find a growth goal, embrace it, and do it between now and the end of the year. A, B, C, D, F, G, H.
You've thought about this a lot, so I'm thinking about this on the fly. So no. I'm thinking about it as I go. Hammer time. Okay.
Hammer time.
What do I mean by hammer time? it's okay to stop and dance a little bit and have a little fun. I've got 2 little girls, and I watched my daughter Ruby now she'll just like 18, 19 months old, and she dances. And I think sometimes we get a little older and we forget to just stop and dance a little bit. And, we take life very serious. So my H, hammer time, full ass.
Okay. HI, imagine success. Whatever your version of success is, imagine it. Imagine it. Allow yourself to bathe in the imagination of it, and then think about what do you need to do it, to achieve it. Imagine it. You don't have to get it done, but allow yourself to imagine success. Yes, you have a comment?
No, are we one brain? Because you were going to say imagine it, and my J was going to be just do it. And I think one of the things you've heard me talk about is when you have an idea, when something pops into your brain and you need to act on it, and you need to talk about it, you need to pray for it, you need to tell your friends about it, you need to post social media, you need to just do it. And a great example of that today is Sunday. Our friend Michelle was at church, and I think very much that intuition is God talking to you. And she had a moment of intuition where she said, I think we need to as a Megamind group, we need to all collect coats for kids and Christmas and whatever. And she acted on it. And so now we've got a goal where everybody's trying to 23 people trying to collect 23 coats. And I think that's a perfect example of had the imagination that you just talked about, and then just do it and acting on it. So ABCDEHIJK for you.
K. So I'm very big on, and people probably heard me use this phrase before, and I'll hashtag it, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. So the things that you have become wise about, that you have understanding on, well, now take that and turn it into knowledge in how you do things. All right. So, we've all gained wisdom over the years. And here's an example. When the year started, live streaming, I'm going to do that. Okay. And now here we are at Litvak Leadership Live.
You wrote a book.
I wrote it. Okay. I finished my book. Oh, and if you were watching yesterday, my friend, Lori Ruff is going to hook me up with her publisher. Okay. So good things are happening. Oh, Mega Codes here. We'll put this up.
Yes. I still need 3 links to the Penalty Box Live, please, if someone can.
Yeah, we've seen 0 so far.
Yeah, but the Penalty Box Live, please.
Understanding and knowledge. So take the wisdom and understanding that you have gained throughout your life, and then figure out how to implement it as knowledge. JKL. Thank you.
Well, you and I have had this conversation, and if you remember watching the Muppet Show back in like the 80s or 90s when they did Pigs in Space. My L is Litvak Leadership Live. There you go. That's my L right there. That, and probably listen. I need to be better at that.
So I've got this thing. I'm going to talk about L for a second before I go on to M. When you're listening to someone and you want to say something, don't do this.
Right. I do that.
Don't do this. Wait until the person is done talking. And if you're married, you've heard this from someone other than me. Don't do that.
I find myself doing that on some of the live stuff I'm on, where I have a brain that processes very fast sometimes, probably too fast. And so I already know what you maybe you're going to say. Actually, I know what you're going to say for M, but go ahead.
Oh, really? I was about to make it up. I could say M for Monahan. Oh, M for Monahan. No, okay, but you could sign up to be in Brian Monahan's book. Make it happen.
Megamind Pro, dummy. Come on.
Oh, I had that up earlier too. Here, let me put that back up. So, all right. So if you're looking for a mastermind, I highly recommend Megamind Pro for two reasons. One, Eric leads it. Two, I'm not leading a mastermind at the moment. So
at the moment. And if you'd like to join, if you're watching this show, if you want to DM me and you want to join, you can join for the first month for free.
Oh, there you go. DM Eric, get the first month free. That's a deal right there. And here's the thing about Megamind Pro. Not only do you get all the Megamind Pro people to see what they're doing and get personal coaching from Eric, all of us who are in Megamind Legacy, which I hate that phrase, but we'll call it Megamind Legacy nonetheless, we're all posting there too. So you get to see what we've been doing and frankly, what we've been figuring out since March and June.
I mean, normal cost is $20.21, which is like the price of a pizza, right? And why 2021? Because 2021 for people that are in this group is going to be off the freaking charts. N, which is my word, stands for New Year. Because one of the things, you and I have talked about, you've heard me throw out a couple of videos in our group lately talking about, you really start, I like to break down the year maybe a little different than just by quarter. I like to look at Labor Day to Thanksgiving, right? And if you look at those weeks, what can I do in my business? How many new customer sales? Whatever your Kenny Mayberry, thank you. I love Kenny Mayberry. Whatever you're judged on at work, look at that from Labor Day to Thanksgiving. And then the next short little sprint is going to be from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day. And that's when a lot of salespeople, that's when just a lot of people in general say, we can't accomplish anything.
Not happening.
No one will see us. We can't grow our sales during the holiday. I mean, a guy like Kenny Mayberry to restaurant, well, we've got to close early hours and we can't cater and no one, blah, blah, blah. Please. That's, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't, and you won't. And so, some of the things that I might talk about if I was asked, which I haven't been, but if I was asked, well, what can you do different, from Thanksgiving to New Year's to maybe affect your business? I would say it's some of the little stuff, maybe it's, one of the things I do it almost every single day, Monday through Friday. I mean, probably 4 out of 5 days a week, where I get on my phone and I get on Instagram, which is big for our business. And I send 15 or 20 direct voicemail messages every day, just saying, hey, Sean, thank you for your business, man. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. That's it. And people love it. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's something like, you've decided every day for the next 5 weeks that every day, Monday through Friday, maybe it's 7 days a week, I'm going to intentionally share content of one of my customers and prospects, right? Do something that is out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go live every day, Monday through Friday for the next 5 weeks. Do something you wouldn't normally do. And what happens is when you hit New Year's, which is my letter N, you hit New Year's, the business that you've affected in a positive way for these next 5 weeks is going to go like this, and it's going to explode for you. So don't be that person that sits back and says, nobody will see me till after the new year. That's bull crap that you're telling yourself.
So, and to piggyback on your going live, so before there was Litvak Leadership Live, there was me just going live occasionally every few days.
Walking with Solomon.
Well, even before that, there was me sitting here at my desk and just pontificating for 15 minutes about what was on my mind. Then there was the morning walk with Solomon and Sean, where at 7 a.m, I'd be walking, holding my phone with one hand. And here, wait, you got to get the full effect. Holding my phone, still not there. Holding my phone with one hand and holding the leash with the other. And it's really kind of funny for when Solomon would decide that he was going to, eat something or eat his leash. And I'd be trying to put out bits of knowledge from the wisdom and understanding that I've gained at the same time, trying to tell Solomon, hey, don't eat that. Hey, don't eat that. And my point is, piggybacking on what you said is, before I did something very structured like this, I was just playing with it. Go play with it.
Yeah. Go play with it. Right.
So that was P. So we'll backtrack to O. So O is go outside. Everyone has been sitting inside for in the beginning of the year, a lot. And then summer came and we were outside, and now it's getting cold. And some people are telling us that we all just need to sit down, shut up, and stay inside. Well, you know what? Go outside in the yard, get some fresh air, get some fun, and metaphorically get outside your box. Do something different. Do something that makes you say, oh, but if I fail, what will I do? What will people say? You know what? Who cares what they say? Go fail.
Yeah, no doubt.
Go fail.
So I've got P, right?
Yeah, you got P.
I'm going to say two things. Number one, Penalty Box Live,
which we've seen. By the way, we have seen. Oh wait, we've seen one.
Thank you. Well, I need two more. And really, I wanted to say piss off. And what I mean by, I don't know if that's appropriate for Litvak Leadership Live, but I just said, what I mean by that is this, is we get so consumed and worried about what other people think about us. And the reality is they're all thinking about themselves anyway. So when the moment you're worried about what anyone thinks about you, tell them to piss off. Who cares? You do you. Be happy about you, and don't worry about what anyone thinks about you. Learn to be comfortable in your skin, because people, there's a line from a Kanye West John Legend song where it says the most successful people are the most insecure. And there's some truth to that. So that's P. So you got Q.
Q. Okay, so as you were talking, I was thinking about it.
I know you were.
Find some quotes that inspire you. Quotes. Okay, so what inspires me? Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. That is like kind of a go-to faith quote.
I have that sitting right over here on my mantle. So I love that quote.
And then so to go from the faith-filled to the secular, Yoda, do or do not. There is no try.
There you go.
So,
you went from the Bible to Yoda. I love it.
Okay, but my point is, you should have some go-to quotes. Okay, and you do have some go-to quotes. So are those quotes that inspire you, or are they quotes that bring you down? Because if they bring you down, get rid of them. Get the ones that inspire you. LMNOPQR.
We do all have quotes, I think, that run around in our head that we've heard since we were kids, that we weren't good enough, or we weren't tall enough, or we weren't.
That amount of years is going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, those quotes tend to run around in our head. But R stands for reindeer. And you, my friend, in our group posted, it's too early for Christmas stuff. And to which I added to that and said, this has been so wonky. I think people want some sort of like happiness in their life. And I don't think people are putting up Christmas trees early and they're celebrating Christmas early. And I don't think it's going to, I actually think, as I've thought about that since the other day, I think this is actually going to be probably the greatest Thanksgiving ever. And I'll tell you why, because I think it's going to force some people to be very introspective and realize how good we've got it. Look, if the thing you've got to worry about is wearing a mask, you've got life pretty good. I mean, I read a stat that the odds of you being born in your body in this world, in the United States of America today, are 4.4 trillion to 1. And so we got it pretty good. And I think the other thing that might happen is, I think you're going to see smaller gatherings of families at Thanksgiving. And I think that's going to be, maybe good in a way. I think it's going to change some households a little bit, but reindeer, it's not too early to
do you understand this?
It's not too early to put your Christmas stuff up.
Who is Olive?
He's making stuff up.
I've never heard of Olive. I've heard of blue cheese.
This comes from the same man who posted on Facebook one day talking about Brian, who said, when you see the letters BM, what do you think of? 97 people out of 100 said bowel movement. So
yeah, he's like, what? Not Brian Monahan?
He's like, what? How dare you think of that? So, all right, what's the next letter?
So what you did? P?
R.
S. well, true. Okay, two things immediately come to mind. Olive is the other reindeer. No, Olive is not.
Just
Okay,
not true.
S is go put on your Superman outfit. Be super. Be super to somebody. Put on that big S shield. That's one. Okay, do something where someone looks at you and they're like, "Wow, you're a superhero. You have helped me." So, that could be 23 coats by, the Mega Coat Challenge. Oh, wait, Kellen wants to do W. Yes, when we get to W.
I already know. I already have W. It's wow.
Wait, I'm not done yet. Oh, cards
Yes.
that wow. Okay. And the other thing with S is, it's been a very serious year, and don't be afraid to be silly. Be silly. Lighten up the mood. You'll be happy you did.
I got T, right?
You got T.
For the letter T, I'm going to shout out to my brother Travis, and he's
now. Is it your brother or a brother?
My he's my brother. He's 10 years younger than me, and
a real brother. Okay.
Yeah. Guy that no secret, went through a lot, had some addictions in his life, and there were some days when I didn't know if I'd see him again. And now here he is, the vice president of sales and operations and whatever for a big company, and he's turned his life around, and I'm just so proud of him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't even know how to top that, so I won't.
You don't have to top it. You just go.
What's next? To RST. Why am I blanking?
C.
T. Oh, no. Well, I thought you said T for Travis.
I'm kidding. Go. What's after T?
You. I had to do like the whole alphabet in my head.
I saw you do it like this.
I was like, eyes are closed. You. Take more time to understand others. Put yourself. So here's what it is. Okay. When people say, "Oh, we're all in this together," you know what? I kind of disagree with that. And the reason I disagree with that is because none of us know what the other person is actually going through. When you're talking to somebody, you don't know if they've got kids screaming in the background, sick relatives, their dog has died. You don't know what's going on in their life. So try to be more understanding of other people. Give people grace. Just chill a little and get out of your own way and be more understanding of others.
I love that. V, I'm going to say vision, which makes me think of my Megamind Pro friend, Brian Wagner, who talks about vision all the time. And he's an incredible guy. And maybe Wes is on here. Maybe Wes can post a link to his show. He's a good dude. And also regarding vision, I think I shared it in our group the other day. The decisions we make today are things that affect us 3 or 4 years from now, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think a good golfer can play the short game and the long game. And I think they're both equally important. And I think as a good salesperson, as a good business owner, as a good employee, you've got to have this very good balance of seeing what's good today and what's good, this week and what's happening right now, but coupling that with the vision of what's happening long-term and what needs to happen long-term. So V is vision.
W. Well, cards that wow. Wes Wyatt wows. Look at that pretty card. So you need to go to cardsthatwow.com. I think is up and alive. I'm not sure if it is. Okay, go to cardsthatwow.com or type it into YouTube and to Facebook, and you'll see all about Kellen's cards. And be wonderful. Take a moment, and just like you should be understanding of others, well, be that person that they look at and say, "Oh, you're wonderful." Be the person your dog thinks you are.
There you go. X for me is going to stand for extra. You know, one of the things the kids say now is, "You're so extra," right? Which means like you're a little too much. And because my daughter says that, my 8-year-old's like, "You're extra," like it's a bad.
And that's bad.
And you get older and you realize, you know what? I want to be extra. I really do. It's okay. I think, that you see a tall kid in school, like in the 8th grade or the 7th grade, and they're taller, a foot taller, and they tend to hunch, and because they don't want to stick out, and they want to, and then you get a little older and you realize, like, you know what? I'm 6'3". Shoot, my son's 6'5". I wish I was 6'4" or 6'5". You want to be extra. It is okay to be extra.
So why is easy. And since we are talking about Jeffrey Gitomer, have the yes attitude. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I will try that. Yes, I will focus on the future. Yes, I will help you. Know when to say no, but say yes far more than you say no.
Love it.
Z.
Za. Pizza. Had to work it in.
That worked out well.
I did. I want to throw this out there because I said it I said it on the penalty box yesterday. There's a lot going on in the food industry right now. Mm-hmm. You're going to see probably a large amount of independent restaurants, not just pizza places, but restaurants probably closed by the end of the year. Some of the fringe that's keeping these guys open is patio business. And as it starts to get cold, some of that's going to dry up. And I said yesterday, if you've got a local place that you love, go support it. Go buy a gift card now. Buy gift cards for Christmas. Buy them now. This is going to be the wonkiest Christmas ever, with more stuff than ever being bought online. So if it's buying gift cards from your local restaurant, if it's supporting a local crafty business on Main Street where you're at, go support them. And I want to throw in there, because I talked about this as well, is that there's this fallacy of we should only support local. And you know what? If it's supporting your local Subway that's a franchise, that's probably a local guy that lives local, that supports your baseball teams and your softball teams. And it's also a local person that pays people to work. And so don't discount buying from your local pizzeria and your local pizza guy or local Mexican restaurant, but don't discount buying from Chili's or Outback Steakhouse, because those are our neighbors that are working at those places, and those are our neighbors that are managing those places. And so when I say za for pizza, support your local pizza guys, but if you, I guess to put a little bow on it, support what you like. If there's places you like to go eat, go support them, because they need it.
So, and I'll just add to that, getting towards Thanksgiving, tomorrow's guest, assuming she doesn't cancel on me like today, but today's guest had a really good reason to cancel, but we're going to reschedule.
I'm not on tomorrow. I thought we were going to do the
You are not on tomorrow. But tomorrow we've got Michelle Ryan with True North. From Albany, Indiana, which is a local store that has handmade artesian work. As a matter of fact, my wife has placed some of her oil paintings there. So if anyone is watching this in the Louisville area, True North's proprietor Michelle Ryan will be on tomorrow. But Eric, we went through the whole alphabet in all of 33 minutes.
That's pretty good. I thought it was going to be a little harder than that, but I had a glass of wine. I'm feeling pretty good. Kenny Mayberry's on stay busy. So I do want to throw this out there again. If somebody wants to join Megamind Pro, send me a DM. You can find me, Eric Bam, right there.
Yeah, because I've only put the banner up like 14 times.
How about that?
I've only put the banner up 14 times.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, the group just started this week, and we're talking about goals, and we're talking about supporting each other, and we're talking about some kind of basic stuff in a lot of ways, but it's stuff that's not happening in the world right now. And one of the cool things about being in a mastermind, and this because you're in one with me right now, is that sometimes we live in this world we're very wired to be successful, and we want to get up every day and be successful. We're surrounded by people that want to somewhat live an average, and it's cool to be surrounded by other people that want to excel. And you're like, I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Right?
Say it again. Say it again.
I'm not crazy.
Yes. Say that in the mirror every day once you find your people. I will tell everyone that what I've told the Megamind group is, for years I challenged people because of drive, ambition, energy, and then I met Megamind, and it's some days it's like I'm the quiet one. Truly. Other days I'm not, but some days it's like I'm the quiet one, and it's like, oh, look at these people. They're like me. They're crazy like me.
Hey, you know we're off to a good start when Kenny Mayberry is sending people direct message videos today.
Yeah, Kenny, super impressed yesterday with the direct message video. I was very, very enthused for you, so that's awesome. All right, wait, one more comment. Are we going to reboot the Megamind Podcast?
Yes, I have a Megamind Podcast out there that is going to get rebooted at the first of the year. So we're going to start those back up and have a little fun with it. I will tell you, Bruce, to answer that, because I have thought about that a lot lately, is I've waffled back and forth on, do I restart that back up? Or, you almost look at what we're doing right here, because you are putting it on YouTube as well. And do you know how much stuff I listen to when I'm walking that I watch YouTube and I just listen to? And so YouTube is almost kind of the modern day podcast in kind of a way too. And so I say yes, and that was my thought actually over the weekend. But I could change and go back the other way. So we'll see. I know we need to wrap this up, and you usually give me a minute or two to talk. And I just want to tell you that I appreciate you. And watching, we've been in Megamind since June, I think.
Yeah.
And here was a guy right here who June had a book that he'd started, but wasn't, I don't know if you ever would have finished it, but we harassed him enough that he finally said, I'm going to finish it. And he finished writing his book, and he started doing a live, which he's doing now. And he's got this cool, fancy little logo up here. And it's cool to see how much you've evolved and all the cool things you're doing. And I just feel blessed to be part of it. And the fact that I had a blazer on today and you put one on, I mean, is just icing. It's the cherry on the icing on the cake of my day and my week. And so I do say sincerely, I'm thankful for you and for our friendship. We talk a lot. We can disagree a little bit, but still agree to hang up and still talk to each other, the next day. So I'm proud of you, and I'm thankful for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for, I called Eric at about noon today and said, hey, matter of fact, no, I messaged him and said, my guest canceled. Can you be my guest today? And literally within 90 seconds, yes, exclamation point.
Yeah.
So thank you for being flexible.
Because I want to help. I'm here to help you, man. I'm excited for the day that Kenny Mayberry is doing a freaking Facebook Live. Are you kidding me? Kenny should be doing a Facebook Live from his restaurant every 3 nights a week.
Absolutely. And I'll go in and Kenny, the first night that you do a Facebook Live, I will go in and buy pizza.
I think you should get a pizza for free.
He could give it to me for free, but I'll go in and buy pizza. And
I have an idea right now, Kenny. If you'll agree to this, and I think you will, you should have Sean come in and do a live, have him record it, set the camera up here, and him talk about what his favorite pizza is, and it comes out, and you guys eat it together, and you talk about business.
We can make that happen, Kenny.
Yep.
You know how to get in touch with me. Let's figure it out.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Litvak Leadership Live. Thank you, Eric. Be blessed.